Canada. When you look for the funds, always look at this. How did these funds perform the last 10 years, last 5 years, 3 years, and short-term months? Okay? Because you're always looking at long-term horizon. I like this one. I like this one. Equitable Life Canadian Stock Fund. Because last 10 years, the average is 7.6. That's not bad. 5 years, 11.6. Okay? 3 years, 14.6. Look at 1 year, 21. And this is as of June 30th. Even after the tariff, banks perform very well. So I want to know what's the composition of this Equitable Life Canadian Stock Fund. So you click that, then it will give you this. Okay? Look at the profile. This is medium risk, and this is the composition. The top 10 holdings. So every fund has dozens or even hundreds of funds inside, companies or stocks inside it. So, but they are required to display what are the top 10 holdings or top 10 companies in that same fund. So when you invest in this fund, that means 6.22% of your investment goes to RBC, 4.87 TD, Shopify 3.6, BMO 3%, Enbridge you have 3%. Did you see the performance of Enbridge the last 7 months? Not good, right? But it was offset by the banks. See? Okay? So that's the top 10 holdings. So the top 10 holdings probably just over 30%. Then the rest are still multiple companies. But I want to know if I invest 10,000 the last 5 years. So if you invest 10,000 in this fund, after 5 years, the value for investor is 70. Not bad. 70% in 5 years. Right? Not bad. What about 3 years? 50%, 3 years. And look at this, the trajectory. It's not bad. Would I invest here? Well, probably if I like Canadian banks. But is there any other choice? Then you continue to search. Okay? You continue to search. What about, can I check others? So these are basically Canadian. Look at the TSX, Toronto Stock Exchange. S&P TSX Composite. So this is an index fund. Look at the result. 10 years, 5.7. This one is better, right? Last 5 years, 10.6. This one is better. Last 2 years, 11.8. This one is better. So if I have to pick whether this one or the Equitable Life Canadian stock, I would go with this. Okay? Based on performance. Year to date. That means year to date from January 1st until today. Okay? So, Canadian equity stocks, equity funds are okay. But if we compare it with US, let's check the US. You can see that. Remove Canada. Equitable Life Dynamic America used to be great, but it was affected by Ukraine. But look at the 10 years, 9%. 5 years is 5.6. Year to date is negative. Okay? But if you give more time for it to recover, it will. But look at this. Our baby. S&P 500. 10 years, 12%. 15.3. This is S&P ESG. Okay? There's a slight distinction between S&P 500 and ESG. What is ESG? ESG, environmental social governance. So that means those are the companies that are concerned about social responsibility, environment, and government. Okay? So to be included in this index, first you need to be in the S&P 500 and you have to meet certain criteria. So not 100% of S&P 500 are included in ESG 500. Some may not qualify, or at least the rating or the weighing is not the same, but it's very close to the performance of S&P 500. Okay, so if you invest in here in the Nasdaq, so these are the top 10 holdings. Okay, Nvidia is 12%, 12.76.